Hey, welcome back. So today we're going to get into the mixer section of FL Studio 2024. It's one of the core features you're going to use all the time. Let's get into it. So we're getting to the mixer section this week, and you've got color coding and icons for everything. Each track is going to be assigned one instrument from the channel rack. That means the kick drum is going to go to the number one mixer track. And let's go ahead and hear it, make sure it's working. And we're going to go ahead and slide that until it says 1. So next we're going to assign the hi-hat. So I'm going to go ahead and assign the snare drum channel now. One of the things you can do is you can assign that from the sample dialog box as well. Just drag it up until you get to 3. Next, we're going to assign the bass to track number 4, and the piano goes to number 5. And then we're going to go ahead and assign the synth. So what this means is that every single instrument has its own mixer track. That means that you have individual volume control as well as effect sends for every single individual instrument. So let's get into the effect sends for each channel. It's over here on the right. So we're going to go ahead and right click on slot 1 and choose an effect. I think it's going to be a compressor here. Everything listed in this right-click menu is a built-in effect, and that is the limiter that comes with FL Studio. So let's get into assigning effects. I'm going to start with the kick drum channel here. You can always tell what track you're on if you look at the little green arrow to the bottom there. That's the one that's selected. So now we're going to go to the right here where slot number 1 is at, and we're going to click the down arrow. Now we're going to go ahead and select the limiter. Move it over here. So limiter is kind of like an extreme version of a compressor. And I'm going to get into all of this in a future video. So the ceiling is like the threshold. We can drop that down. We can also boost the signal after the fact. So you can dig into the signal, squash it a little bit, and then make it louder. So one of the other things you can do in this side part of the rack is you can turn the effect off and on. There's off, there's on, and there's also a volume knob. So I'm going to go ahead and add reverb to the snare. Click on that snare channel right there and go to the arrow next to the slot and go down to reverb 2. So the reason why it didn't work is I didn't turn the effects on down here. Now you're hearing it. Now I'm going to add some reverb to that hi-hat there, channel 2. Right click and go use the same one. And kind of tweak that a little bit, make it a little smaller. Feed it a little bit more. So normally I feed hi-hat a little bit more reverb. But you can also solo these instruments here with that button right there. So I turn that snare back on there. Each mixer channel also has a 3-band EQ. So you can do some simple equalization. Like that. So mind you, anything else you do besides these 3 channels, you probably use a different kind of equalizer for it. Another very important feature I want to talk about is how to reset these channels in case you make a mistake. I want to undo that channel right there. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go down to where it says reset to default and hit OK. That takes everything back to normal, that gray, and it says insert now. So I want to go over the master bus now too. It's where all the channels get pumped out through, and you can also adjust the overall volume with that and add effects. Let's do something fun with the effects here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that limiter off, and I'm going to add a delay. You get some interesting stuff when you do this. Okay. So this video ended up being shorter than I expected. Because of that, I'm putting 30 or 40 seconds of my original music on the end. Everything you hear in the background of my videos is me. I'm going to be promoting this more in the future. Enjoy! As always, if you need to contact me, you can reach me at studioonaBudget@gmail.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks.